Yo, people, you telling me back again for another footy talk? 3 points ain't for everyone, blood. Another loss for Chelsea, blood. What you telling me, fam?
What you said? You back on the treadmill. Always say you back with the yeah.
Yeah, bro, back on the treadmill, blood. Listen, fight news coming soon, blood. I mean, Chelsea with more losses than the fucking Red Wedding, blood. I swear down, fam. What's that? 7 losses in a row.
6, bro. 6 in a row. Bro. I don't even know like what more I can say about this club today, bro. Honestly, bro. I've got nothing more to say, innit? I've got nothing more to say, bro. Like, it's them ones where, like I've been telling you for weeks, bro, nothing's gonna change. No Rafinha in charge. You know what I mean? All these players came out, all these young delinquents came out talking about the guy was awkward. You know, no one was listening to him. They were confused by his tactics. There was too much information. There was too much one-to-ones. They didn't like what he did to Enzo. They didn't like what he did to Sanchez. But I told everyone, bro, when he goes, does that now mean that Shirley's going to be able to take on his man, bro? Does that now mean that Esteval is going to miraculously heal before the end of the season? Does that now mean that Palmer's going to be world-class all of a sudden? Does that now mean that we're going to keep creating for João Pedro, keep creating for Delap? Does that now mean we're not going to see, stupidity at the back, chopping and changing of centre-backs at the back? These things were always going to happen. And that's why I keep telling you, Rants, this season is done, bro. It's done. My only hope to get into Champions League was literally Aston Villa finishing 5th, and you already know what the score is, and for them to win the Europa League. Yeah. But right now it looks like Forest are in the driving seat, bro. They've got a long way to go, Villa Park, but we ain't getting 6th. So forget about this 6th thing. We ain't getting 6th, bro. We ain't winning another game this season. Yeah. I've been telling people.
Oh, bro.
We ain't winning another game this season. We're not winning another game this season. Like, man think I'm just doing this gimmick. It's not a gimmick, bro. I told you lot United are beating us. Yeah? I told you lot fucking... I said Forest are beating us 2-1 on STS. In fact, I even said 1-1. I changed the reaction, the prediction to 1-1. I don't know why I did that. Yeah? Spurs, I've been saying for weeks, we're not beating Tottenham. Tottenham is going to be a draw, I reckon. I reckon it'll probably be a draw. Yeah?
Where is it? At Spurs or at Chelsea?
Yeah, it's at Stamford Bridge. We're already beating them.
Yeah, probably be a draw then. But then again, you man can't score goals, blood. What you man saying? A little 1-1 thing.
1-1. That's literally my prediction, bro. 1-1. You know what I'm saying? And then Sunderland away last game of the season, those guys will be on the beach and that, but don't want to finish above us at that point. They'll probably be in a position to even, to finish above Chelsea, bro. You know what I mean? So it's just dark, bro. It's just dark days. You know, you're looking at the situation that we're in, Rants. 4 years down the line, I've been more than reasonable about the time that I've given them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Don, why'd you defend these guys? Don, you're blue code this, you're blue code that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I just need a little bit of time to gather the evidence that I needed, the recall. You know, when you're building a recall, Rants, you gather all the evidence, yeah?
I hear
you gather all the evidence, and then when you gather all the evidence and you've got enough, that's when you can start to say, you know what? These guys, they catfish me, bro. Yeah? They catfished me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you saw the other day, but I was going viral again on the TL. People were showing the tweet that I put out when I said, love to Roman for selling to the right owners. Did you see that tweet?
Yeah, I seen, bro. I don't even know how I seen that. I ain't even been, bro. I ain't even been on Twitter, and even I seen that.
Yeah, bro, that came back up, but there's context around it, bro. That was, I tweeted that, yeah, and listen, they've proved me wrong. It's aged horribly. The same way that video aged horribly of Lewis when he was talking outside.
It happens, bro. It happens all the time in football, blood. I swear down, bro. You can say one thing, bro, and 2 years later, man are asking you about that time minute, bro. It's peak, fam. At the beginning, to be fair, you're not even the only one, because I remember I was having this conversation with Musa, yeah, and Musa was saying, oh, look at Chelsea. They can get 8 players out and 8 players in, and it can be done. It can be done. When I was telling him, we need to bring in about 3 or 4 players at a time, and it's going to take time. He's like, no, but Chelsea can get rid of 8 man and bring in 8 man. But, bro, look at the caliber man they're bringing in, bro. Do you know what I mean? It hasn't aged well. Like,
yeah,
Chelsea, it felt like Chelsea were the example of how to do a rebuild at the time.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Now you look back and it's like, actually, the way we're doing it's better. But at the time, it didn't feel like it. Man was
It
saying
didn't feel like
it ain't enough.
It didn't feel like it, bro. At that time, they came in talking about we're gonna buy the best young talent, bro. I'm seeing us signing fucking Enzo Fernandez, one of the most sought after midfielders at that time, Rants. Yeah, because when I tweeted that, there's context behind that tweet. That tweet was after the fucking transfer window shut, and we signed Enzo, one of the most sought after players, yeah, in January, bro. Yeah, in a season where we needed creativity, we needed a spark in the midfield, right? We signed this guy, bro, like the way Roman would. And I literally
you beat Liverpool to Caicedo and Lavia. Remember, that was a giddy time, bro. Chelsea fans were over the moon, blood.
Caicedo, Lavia, bro. Even Mudryk, whatever people think of Mudryk's time at Chelsea, bro, the reputation that this guy was going to Arsenal with was that he's one of the best players. He's one of the best players. Right. You know what I mean?
At the time, it looked like you lot were robbing the bank with some of these moves.
Exactly, bro. So listen, maybe I tweeted it. Wait, I shouldn't have tweeted right owners at that time, but I'm not gonna delete that tweet because that's how I felt at that time. Yeah, how I felt at that time was that they're moving in the right direction, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is,
moving in the right direction.
In the industry we're in, people move like we're not allowed to change our mind with new evidence. Man think that because you say something, you have to feel that way forever. That's not how life works, isn't it? At the time, I understand why Chelsea fans were excited because it looked exciting, bruv. It did. You know what I mean? You just sold the club by force. You know what I'm saying? And then man comes in and spends nearly 2 billion quid. Of course, man are going to be gassed, especially when you go in and you bring in the likes of the Cole Palmers, the Caicedos, the Enzos, the Mudryk for however much money. It looked like you was taking players from your rivals. That's what it looked like.
Yep, 100%. And you got to remember as well, we re-signed Colwell. You know what I'm saying, bro? They re-signed Colwell to the club. There was that whole thing around him. Is he going to sign? Is he going to go Liverpool? And that Klopp was still chasing this guy, right?
Yeah, if you remember Sancho, Felix, bro, like Sancho, all these names, Kunku and that, it looked like they were doing a mad thing.
Bro, I'm telling you, and this is what I'm saying. Like, even at the time, yeah, the narrative at the time was that this was what I used to hear from ops. Yeah, Sugar Daddy's gone now. You're not going to spend no money. Yeah, like the days of spending are done. Your brother and Robbie was outside of the bridge talking about save the bridge. Yeah. This was when Roman got sanctioned, bro. They were out there. The content is still out there, people. You can even go check. Robbie looks like a rebel, blood, in that video. Yeah, he looks like a rebel, and Expressions is there holding the thing, shaking, talking about save the bridge. Troops was doing the same. Everyone thought that's it. After Roman goes, that's it, bro. These men ain't gonna spend no more money. And that's another thing I said at the time as well. I said these men are
funny thing is, yeah, you spent money, but you ain't been the same since.
We ain't been the same. We ain't been the same.
You man died anyway. You just died in a different way. It just wasn't the death you was expected. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. The money hasn't been spent, you know, to the best way that it could have been. A lot of money's been wasted. But at that point, the whole narrative was Chelsea are done spending, bro. We spent over 100 million on Enzo. We spent over 100 million on Caicedo. We pinched Lavia real quick, bro. We re-signed Cole. I think Reece James got made captain during that period too. You know what I'm saying? So it was like things that were happening. I'm like, yo, these guys are actually signing players that I fuck with, bro. Guys like Palmer. Yeah. I was one of the few guys, regardless of Palmer's fall off right now. When we signed this guy, I've still got a tweet right there, bro, saying, yo, this guy's going to prove a lot of people wrong. I was being called delusional. Yeah. And I do believe Palmer will bounce back. We'll talk about Palmer as well, but I believe he'll bounce back. But at that time, I was happy with the signings that they were making. But over time, bro, it's gone downhill, man. It feels like every year, Rants, yeah, like the turnover at this club, bro, yeah. It's true what Carragher was saying. A lot of things that he says, I don't agree with, but it's true what he was saying, bro. How are you going to get any real stability or any real consistency when every single season, bro, you're chopping and changing players in key positions, right?
Yeah.
I'm all for, you know, trying to sort out mistakes as soon as you can. Like, for example, Shirley, get rid of this guy. But players like Jamie Gittins and players like this, bro, where I believe that there's actually something there to work with.
Yeah, but they can still be squad players, though. They can still be squad players, but you just need to improve the starting lineup. I hear that. That's how I feel about players like Harry Maguire and stuff like that. It's like, I'd rather keep these guys, but go and get people to make sure that these men are not the first option.
Of course, yeah, but the thing is, though, it's different over here, bro. They'll get rid of Shirley and they'll get rid of Gittins. So now you're having to rebuild the left-hand side all over again, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the centre-backs here, like, how the hell have we got Chalobah starting for us right now? basically in the starting 11, yeah, when they tried to get rid of this guy multiple times. They literally
and
put
you
him
brought
in
in Tosin. Tosin was meant to be just a little free transfer, just to be a little squad player and that. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
And you have to rely on ballers like this, bro. You man are cooked.
Because they didn't go and replace Colwell, bro. Colwell got injured, but these idiots didn't go and replace him, right? They made a big mistake in the summer because they took it so lightly how difficult it was going to be to balance Champions League football and to balance, you know, the rest of the competitions, bro. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is what people do. Free transfer. Bro, last season, again, the context around Tosin was different. Going into the summer, there was a few rumors that were coming out, Rants, yeah, that the club want to get rid of him. If I'm telling you now, I'll try and find those tweets. You'll see bare people say, no, Uncle Tosin's got to stay. Keep Uncle Tosin. The reason why they were saying that, Rants, is because we weren't really seeing him a lot in the season, bro. We were using him how he's supposed to be used, right? This season, we've seen him a lot because they're not trying to trust everyone else. It was Chalobah and Tosin to start the season. There's no Cole. You know what I'm saying? We didn't bring in Gahey. So we had to keep starting this guy. And the more you start him, the more you see how limited he is, right? He's meant to just be coming in here and there, bro. Last season, I remember he started against West Ham. I think he started against like Leicester. You know what I mean? Like towards the end of the season, he was starting to play in that a little bit. But he wasn't playing as much as this season, bro. You know what I mean? This season, the guy's been played a lot, bro, because we didn't bring in a replacement for Colwell. And again, that's down to the club, right? The environment at this club, bro, it stinks. Yeah? It actually stinks. I'm seeing now they want to...
Did you bought Fofana when Silva was still at the club, right? Or was he his replacement?
Bro, we bought Fofana when Silva was still here, correct?
Yeah, so that means so you didn't replace Silva at all then? Because obviously Colwell was already at the club, so that means you didn't replace Silva at all.
Well, yeah, exactly. Silva, they were basically depending on Fofana. They were depending on Fofana. If you remember, start of last season, Fofana was like, you know, coming off a big injury and that, because he didn't even go to the Club World Cup. Yeah. He didn't even go to the Club World Cup, bro. So he was just coming back, right? And he's been shaky himself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Honestly, bruv, everything about this club is just is so rotten. And how rotten it is, yeah, is like it's by design. That's the scary part of it, Rants.
Of course it is, but this is why you man are messed, yeah? And you're messed long term, fam. Listen to what man's saying, because you got these hedge fund donnies, yeah, and them man are trying to play roulette, yeah, with Chelsea, like it's the stock market, blood. That's what they're doing with your players, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. This is why I'm laughing. This is why I'm laughing, because it's like, when I look at the window that we've had compared to windows that you've had, we've had 2 windows. You've had more than that. And we've made so much progress that we not only have we closed the gap on you, but we've gone past you.
Yep.
In no time.
Yeah.
And it just shows you, yeah, that it's like, it's more about getting the right signings than how much you spend, because we ain't spent what you spent.
Exactly.
We haven't. Exactly. And not anywhere near what you spent in that time. Because in the last 2 windows, our net spend must be about 400 million in the last 2 summer windows.
And the thing is, yeah, I won't even be surprised if Ineos are using Chelsea's method as a way of don't go down that route.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Why not, bro? You man are showing everyone else how not to do this thing, bro.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, and now they've got to the point now where they're having to come out talking about, you know, oh yeah. See, look, they've made an initial approach to Xavi, bro. I'm sorry. For what? For what exactly?
Xavi was using loads of academy players at Barca, so maybe Xavi's used to. Maybe they want a manager that's going to be doing the development thing, innit?
Bro, Xavi still had top players at that club, bro.
No, he did.
Did Xavi win the league? Xavi won the league, innit?
He did, yeah.
He won the league, bro. Then they got booed after that.
In his first season, I believe he won it.
Yeah, he's gonna need ready-made talent, bro. He's gonna need players that are ready to go. You know what I mean? Players that are ready to go, broski. Yeah, I've got no problem. I've told you for years, bro. I've got no problem with these guys wanting to flip players because the bridge is tiny, bro. It's a hut. Yeah, fucking Hill Dickinson is bigger than the bridge. West Ham have a bigger stadium than the bridge. I've got no problem with them wanting to buy these unknown guys that we don't know and flipping them. But I've always said,
bro, if that's their mentality, let
me finish my point so you get where I'm coming from. But I've always said, with that money, invest it into the first team properly, right?
Yeah.
Invest it into the first team properly. Going all the way back to fucking Mudryk and Madueke, I said no more Mudriks and Maduekis. If you're gonna bring young players that are polished, right? Players like Palmer, players like Olise, players like KK. I've been talking about KK for years. I don't even call. I never even used to call this guy Kvaratskhelia. I've been calling him KK, bro. You know what I mean? Then you had Goonie trying to at me on Twitter the other day talking about I said that I didn't want him. That's another thing people do online as well. They just lie about me. They just lie about me, bro. I've been talking about KK for a time. This has been my dream signing. Yeah, players like that. That's the sort of young talent that I want. Not Mudriks and Maduekis where you need to do bare work with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, boy, I just don't believe that these guys are gonna, you know, change things up. I'll be honest with you, bro. If we don't get European football, I hear the argument around that side of things. Some people think it'll make them fix up because they feel like Champions League is a bit of a reward for them. They feel like if they get Champions League football, then, you know, they'll think that they've done everything correctly, right? Yep. But for me, how I look at it, Rants, it's like you can't. There's nothing that can paper over the cracks of this season. There's nothing. Yeah.
I don't know. If you get an FA Cup win, like that could definitely, bro, the euphoria, yeah, of raising a trophy always gives fans amnesia. It does, bro. We had Man United fans saying keep Eric Ten Hag after we won the FA Cup, even though he was a blatant failure, blood. So it's one of them ones. You'll be surprised what winning the trophy will do.
But that's a you problem then. If we win the FA Cup and you let it, you know, twang you, bro, and get in your head, that's a you problem. I can't help you if that's the case. Because I've been telling the man then, bro, if we win the FA Cup, celebrate it on the day. No problem. I'm not saying you can't celebrate it. After that day, it's now back to business as usual, right? They haven't got Maresca to hide behind, bro. Last time when we got Champions League and we won the trophies, they had Maresca to hide behind, right? Maresca's gone. We have had 3 managers this season, Rants. Again, yeah? We've got an interim manager in charge twice, bro. Because the guy that you brought in after Maresca left, you got rid of him as well. And that guy that you got rid of after fucking 4 months in the job, you brought him in from one of your own institutions, bro. Yeah? You brought him in from your own institutions, broski. You've had so many problems this season. You've had players coming out to talk, but you think that FA Cup is just going to paper over those cracks. It's not papering over those cracks, bro. And that's why, for me, for the betterment of Chelsea Football Club, we had to get Champions League football, right? Not because of the owners, not because the players deserve it, but Chelsea Football Club deserves it. Yeah? Chelsea Football Club deserves it because regardless of what I think about these guys, I would rather take a gamble going into next season with Champions League football than without, Rants.
But why did Chelsea Football Club deserve it? Because pre-Roman, yeah, you, man, that wasn't your story, blood. I'll be honest. Like, Roman changed, yeah, the whole narrative around Chelsea. And as soon as he left, he needed someone to come in, yeah, and adapt to the new football landscape. Do you know what I'm saying? And these men here that have come in have overcorrected. And you could argue, yeah, that Roman himself wasn't adapting to the new football landscape because the way that he had it set up, it probably just needed to be modernized, bro. And we were going through the same thing. Like, the way we were set up wasn't in tune with modern football. And the new owners have brought us up to speed. That's why a lot of Man United fans that are moaning about Ineos here, there's loads of things I don't like about them. But in terms of the way that they've set up our club, bro, they've come in and they've done it the right way, whether people like it or not. I'm not going to sit and argue with people about whether they think that they've done the right thing or they haven't. Like, the proof is in the pudding. We're third in the league. We got Champions League football. The points suggest that they brought in Carrick at the right time instead of bringing in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When you look at the players that they've actually brought in since they've been here, Aiden Heaven played on the weekend, was immense, 1 million. Dorgu came back, 20 million. Our goalkeeper, 13 million. When you look at the front three that are our top scorers in the league, they brought them. Like, bro, man can moan all they fucking want, bro. But at the end of the day, when you look at the business they've done since they've been here, yeah, they've pushed us to another level that we was never going to get under the way the club was run previously. So
yeah, but that's the thing though. That's
they've done it in 2 seasons,
bro. And that's where these guys are fucked up because it was one of the easiest things to walk into, yeah. Because you're looking at a club, right, that haven't competed for the league since 2017, and this was before these guys even came in. Yeah. So all you had to do was literally put a squad together, which was better than the last one, bro, that could compete, yeah, and get us back on track again. Because straight away, they would have had so many people fucking with them, bro. If they had us in a title race already, like, what, let's say 2 years in, yeah, because like I've already said, the level in the Premier League up there is not what it was with Prime Pep and Prime Klopp. It's easier now to compete and bridge that gap, right? I've been telling you for ages, Man United can compete next season. Now I'm seeing more and more people saying it now when it's becoming a popular take. But I was telling you for time, right? It's the same thing here. But these guys decided to just go down the route of, you know, let's go and buy Strasbourg, yeah? Let's go and buy all these young players already. Let's buy all of these young players already instead of thinking about the first team and really focusing on the first team right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They weren't able to do more than one thing at once. You had fucking Bowley running around because they got rid of everyone, right? And he's the one that's trying to fucking sign players with his briefcase and that. You know what I'm saying? Going to sign Cucurella because Man City were involved. He didn't know what he was doing, right? So from the beginning, these guys were already started off a bit shaky from the beginning. They stopped the Aubameyangs, they stopped the Koulibalys. It looked like it was getting back on track. And then they decided to take 16 steps back after that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how can you look at the Champions League and think last summer was enough, right? After what we did in the summer, after what Maresca did for you guys. But they thought that those signings were enough. I told you already, Rants, I changed my prediction after the summer, bro. I moved us from 2nd to 3rd. Yeah. And some people will laugh, say, how can you predict 3rd? Bro, most Chelsea fans I was speaking to was literally predicting that would compete. Right?
Yeah, 100%. That was the feeling around the club was that you man were going to compete for the league.
Exactly. But then people now want to turn around at me as if I was one of the few people that were saying we're going to compete, and most people will say we're going to finish 10th, right? Most people will say we're gonna compete this season. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You have guys like Matisse saying we're going to finish 2nd. You know what I mean? That was the general consensus at the time. Right? So end of the day, like I'm already seeing some briefs coming out now from Simon Johnson, yeah. So he works for The Athletic, right? I'm not surprised this is coming out. He's saying Chelsea are still looking for at least one centre-back, midfielder, and an attacking player to add to their ranks. But without the prestige and financial rewards of the Champions League, their task to get first-choice targets will be a lot harder. So they're already prepping people now. They're already telling us, yeah, that without Europe, without Champions League football, it's going to be harder for us, yeah. You're already giving them an excuse. This is what I don't want to be doing. People will turn around and say, "Oh, but look what they did last summer after getting Champions League. That was after just one summer, bro. Yeah, just after one summer. I would rather have the advantage of Champions League there than not have that advantage, Rants. Do you get it?
Yeah,
it's on them to use that advantage. It's not on me to use that advantage. It's on them, right? Chelsea Football Club always needs that advantage by default. Yeah. Because now all you're doing is opening the door for them to make excuses like this. You're opening the door for guys like Cuckoo to leave, guys like Enzo Fernandez to want to leave, right? The same thing that happened to Man United last season when they couldn't get Delap because Delap picked Champions League. Don't be surprised if the same thing happens to us this season, bro. Yeah? Players not picking Chelsea because we haven't got Champions League football, bro. These same people that think Europe is going to be the way forward to help change things, bro. They're the same people that don't believe that we pay the wages. So you think that if we don't get Europe, you believe that they're going to pay 50k more a week on the wages when you're one of the people that says they don't pay the wages. What world do you live in, bro? Right? These lot will actually, they will feel the pain, Rants, even more when we stop making Europe as a norm. It becomes a norm. Yeah?
But this is what I'm saying. You man are going to have to suffer for a little while, Don, bro, because the situation that you've got yourself in, yeah, this is going to take seasons to get out of. I hope you know that.
Oh, bro, listen. the thing about it, yeah, like it's for me, we're not that far off of having a proper team. But my worry is the summer and how we go about things, because now Man United have that extra advantage of Champions League football, right? You've got Arsenal again. They're probably going to win the league. That's going to be more clout for them to attract more players towards there, bro. You know, Premier League winners, Champions League again. Man City, we know they'll go again. Liverpool get champs, they'll go again, right? I've already told you about this environment. Why would players want to come here, bro? This environment says, yeah? You can see the players on the pitch, Rants. These guys are taking the piss right now. I hear it. But that is what happens when you're not in a serious organization, bro. When you're not in a serious organization, that's what happens. You do a lot of boxing, Rants. If your trainer came all the time late, yeah, or he came and he's punching bags, you punch them and the thing it breaks. Oh, I have to go buy another one. This one's broken. You know what I mean? He trains you for 10 minutes. He says, oh yeah, go get a drink. Half an hour breaks every 2 seconds. You come back. You're going to lose your fight.
Yeah,
You're gonna fucking lose your
it's
fight.
mad unprofessional, but bro, you've got these men on these 8-year deals, yeah. Obviously, they're not taking the thing seriously for whatever reason, bro. So that means that the environment as a whole, yeah, is not conducive to winning, bro. And that's on the owners of the club.
Yep, it's on the ownership, bro. It's honestly just I'm looking around and I'm just like, bro.
I just on the personality of the players that you're signing, bro. It's all well and good signing players, yeah, to flip them, yeah. But you have to understand that you should be doing your research on the type of players you're signing. Like signing someone like Garnacho, yeah, who's one of the most toxic footballers, yeah. Not only is he shit, yeah, but man's attitude shit as well. Do you know what I mean? Signing someone like that, yeah, brother, whoever signed that brother or put forward the dossier to sign him deserves to be sacked and should never work in football again, bruv.
You see, and that's another thing that came out as well, yeah? That's another thing that came out. Let me even show you this, right? Because all the briefs have been coming out. They've all been coming out, bruv. And I hold these guys accountable when they say these sort of things, right? It says here, Chelsea club sources have also stressed that accountability across the organization is embedded through annual reviews and could draw in anyone at any level should poor performance be identified, right? That Shirley signing is literally a perfect example of why this guy should get booted. Both of those guys should get booted at the top, right? Because already you're trying to go and sign another left winger already. In January, they tried to go and sign Semenyo. Why would you go and do that if you're happy with Gittins and Shirley, bro? You ain't going to do that. You're not going to do that. So there's a clear example right there. Not signing the centre back is a clear example, bro. Chalobah still starting for this club is a clear example. Yeah? These are all clear examples. Not being able to get Xavi Simons over the line is a clear example, right? How many deals have these guys fucked around with, bro? There's so many examples here. Rafinha, clear example. But then they get another window. Why, bro? Like that's where I look at Barley and I'm like, bro, how can you trust these guys to keep blowing your money? They keep blowing your peas. By now, if I've got some guys in charge, I'm 4 years down the line, and I'm like, yo, why the fuck, yeah, are we out of Europe now? 3 times out of 4 potentially. Why, bro? Yeah. Why? That don't make sense after all the money that you lot have spent. Man say, oh, Igbali's they're doing what Igbali wants. Bro, Igbali is not the football guy. I keep telling you lot. These are the recruiters, these are the football guys who he hires to execute deals. Yeah? To execute deals. Exactly. Igbali don't know ball, he's a banker. He don't know ball, bro. But anyone right now, even if you're not involved in football, if you can see where Chelsea Football Club are right now, after the money spent, you should know that the recruitment has been shit. Clearly. You should know. That's a clear indication right there. Rants said it. You're 16 points above us. You're 16 points above us. And when Maresca cut, yeah, was level on points, I believe. Or when Amrim cut was level on points, I think it was.
Nah, we were beneath you when Carrick took over, bro. I think you were second when Carrick came in.
Nah, it wasn't, bro. It wasn't. Nah,
I can't remember, but it weren't level, blood. I can't lie, bro. It's looking bad for you, man. Now, Star. You know what I mean?
You was either level on points with us or you was a point behind us.
I don't think we was level with you, look. I don't remember us being level with Chelsea for a long time, brother. I'll be honest.
And then you got people like Iceman saying, Don, you're gonna apologize to Maresca now. Apologize for what? Apologize for what? He was on shit.
Brother, 16 points is crazy, you know. Like 16 points is mad.
Bro,
1-6, you know. Man said 16 like Michael Carrick shirt number and that. That's what we was doing, bro. 16 points is nasty. Can't even lie, bro. Can't even lie. You might as well be in a relegation battle, bro. 16 points is nasty.
Max said it was 1 point above. Yeah. And then you've got Iceman saying apologize. Bro, I'm not apologizing for nothing because I'm not a revisionist like Matisse. Matisse is a chief revisionist, bro. I'm not a revisionist like Matisse. I know what Maresca was doing at that time. He was on shit form as well. He had to fix up too. Yeah. I was here crashing that guy. Right? Go back to those clips. So I should drop my standards because I liked Maresca. No. I was even harsher on that guy because I rated him. And what he was doing this season before he left was not good enough. Wasn't good enough, bro. Yeah, see what 1 point behind 6th place Chelsea, bro.
That's mad. Bro, I remember Aston Villa were 4th then or something. Aston Villa were 4th then or were they 3rd or something? Brother,
Bro.
I just remember we were bare points of Villa. And now, you get me? Them man,
Look at this, bro.
Them man ain't even in the rear view mirror no more either, cuz. You know them way there? Like, who's in the rear view mirror? Let me check the table.
Bro,
Man, 6
go
points clear
read.
Liverpool. 6
Go
points
read
clear
above us.
Villa. Rotted.
Go read these above us, bro.
Man, that's 12 points clear of Bournemouth. Yeah, we're gone, blood. You know them ones. We're gone, fam. Can't lie, there's nothing in the rear view, blood. There's nothing there. You know what I mean? There's nothing there, bro. You get me? Little roadkill in the rear view and that. You get me? That's all man seeing. Some dead food on the road and that. It's all right. This is what happens when man were chatting. The man were laughing at us, you know. Start of the season, man were laughing at us, guys. This is what I had to remind my brother today. Everyone was talking big. Start of the season, we're washed. This player's a flop. That player's a flop. Man were talking about Cunha saying he was washed and all these things. And then when it matters, Cunha's turning up with clutch goals, bro. This is what's going on, bro. Man was doing the most chattings. Remember, Kobe and Cass was on the bench start of the season, you know? There's a Garte and Bruno double pivot, blood. Like, take your mind back to the ghetto we were in, bro. Kobe threatening to leave and that. Casemiro just on the bench. This is where we started, bro. Look what we're doing now. Flipping out 16 points clear Chelsea, you know. The mighty Chelsea.
You didn't even know that until I told you, did you?
Nah, bro. I don't even look at the table, blood. Like, because man just know that we're good in it. You know the one. As long as my team are all right, I ain't even really looking at what the other men are doing. Because, bro, we come a long way. Like, bro, we've been stressed. You know what I'm saying? We've been in pain. We've been in darkness, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when man seeing Kobe and Cass on the bench, bro, that was our season, you know. Kobe and Cass on the fucking bench, bro. Man, I have to keep saying it because it doesn't seem real right now. But that was this season, guys. This season. Not last season. Yeah? This season, bro. This is what people need to understand.
There's a Man United Twitter account, yeah. I don't know if you know my man, Absolute Bruno. He was like, we still have Villa, Chelsea, and Liverpool to play, yeah. He tweeted that on the 4th of March, and that's where you lot were. You on 51 points, we was on 48 points. But we had plus 19 goal difference. You had 11.
What right? 3 teams were that? Villa, Chelsea, and who?
Villa, Chelsea, and Liverpool to play. That was the 4th of March. We was
and how many points did we get from them 3 fixtures?
You know how many points from 3 fixtures, isn't it?
9, rude boy. You know the way I'm saying. This ain't German class, rude boy. You know the way there. I called 9 points and that. You know what I'm saying, bro? License taken away. That's what I'm saying. Man got the license confiscated, 9 points. We talking about.
You see what I'm saying? This tweet was on the 4th of March, yeah? And we are still stuck on 48 points, you know, Rants. That was over a month ago. We haven't moved. It's been L, blood. Yeah? And then we even scored a goal. Like, poor João Pedro. Only Haaland has more GNA than that guy, you know? And look where he is. He's nice.
Then it don't mean nothing. You know, now he knows how Harry Kane felt. You know the ones there. Now he knows how Harry Kane felt. You know what I'm saying? Brother, look at this. The man said Man United have contacted Lewis Hall's camp over a post-World Cup move. Brother, if we ever sign this youth, it's over. You know them way, because that's the baller. Bro, Wilcox, please. I mean, this is what we need to do. Wilcox, please, blood. Please. We get Lewis Hall, yeah? Bruh? It's mad. Can't lie. You know them.
You want more copper meets, yeah?
Might as well. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, Ali, bro, he had the foresight and he got the fuck out of there, bro. He knew what was coming. Come to Man United and win some shit. That's what he needs to do. Because, bro, listen, our cycle's about to start again, you know? Football's in cycles. We're up now. We're up. You know what I'm saying? We're not coming down.
I would just be very careful, bro, because how you're feeling right now is exactly how I felt at the beginning. Innit?
Nah, you know our thing's different. If you want to get
yourself carried away right now, get yourself carried away right now.
Our thing's different, bro. Yeah. Even at our lowest point, I've been seeing my team win trophies. This is the wicked. This is what I have to keep reminding people. This is what I have to keep reminding the Arsenal fans. Them man want to chat shit, bro. In the worst 10 years that I've seen my team have, yeah, man has still picked up 4 or 5 trophies or something.
Same here, bro. I've picked up trophies too.
I hear it, but this is what I'm saying. So When you're telling me to be careful, blood, at my lowest point, I've still seen that, bro. At my lowest point, and we're not there no more. I know what that feels like because it weren't that long ago. It weren't that long ago, so I ain't forgotten. But the last 2 seasons, the recruitment has meant that we was always going to be all right. The reason why you're fucked is the recruitment. It's not even the management, because at the end of the day, if you're bringing in the right players, the manager becomes the afterthought. That's what it becomes. This is why Real Madrid can turn Man City on their head in the Champions League with Arbeloa, because it's not about the manager. It's not about the manager. When you've got the right players and the players have the right mentality, at any given moment, the players can turn up here, and then it doesn't matter who's in the dugout, because football is now, it's 16 versus 16 if you include the 5 substitutions. That's what it is. Forget the managers. It's my 16 players versus your 16 players. So if you recruit properly, to a certain degree, don't become about the managers. When we watch Bayern versus PSG, it wasn't Company versus Enrique. It was 16 players versus 16 players. And PSG edged it. That's what it was, bro. That wasn't no tactical masterclass from either manager. That was 2 teams going hell for leather, bro.
Go do your thing. Go do your thing. That's one of them go do your thing things.
That's exactly what it was. So if you recruit properly, the manager becomes the afterthought, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reality is, we're looking at Premier League proven experienced players, and the ones that are not experienced, the likes of the Dorgus and the Aiden Heavens and the Lomans, the guys that haven't played in the league, apart from Ugarte, them man have 100% hit with their recruitment. They're adding stuff to the team. All of them are adding. So I trust them to go into this window again. The names we're getting linked with, the Illiman and Jazz, the Lewis Halls. Anderson's going to go Man City. I don't think that's real, but Baleba, Tonali, we're getting linked with brothers in this country that are here. If we buy Prem Proven and add to what we've already got, we're in serious conversations next season.
And that's what I want, bro. I want Premier League players this summer. Most of them, 95% of the players that come in, bro. Yeah, I want them to be Premier League proven, bro. Because I ain't got the time for these new players to have to adapt to new leagues, to new stadiums, to new language. They have to start finding a yard, all of these things, bro. I want a guy that's been there, done it, bro, in the league, right? They know the managers, they know the players already, they know the schedule, they know the stadiums, right? That's what I want now, right? Guys are ready to be started in this team. You know what I mean? Guys like Ndai, bro. Guys like, Van Hecke, you've got Lacroix, right? These are the sort of signings we need to be making now. Guys that, when you sign them, you're like, yeah, this guy starts for Chelsea. It's not on the bench, they still need to fill that position. You know what I mean? They still need to fill that position, right?
When you're building a squad, you shouldn't be looking at your bench. You need to be bringing in players to improve your team.
Exactly. And then naturally, people like Neto will drop on the bench.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah? That's how you build a team. You start on the pitch, bro. Too many, man. Like, bro, for me, when you bought Garnacho and Gittins, it's like, naturally, you bought one of them for the bench. You don't need to be buying man for the bench. Replace what you've got starting and get better than that. And then naturally, people take their place in the team and people drop to the bench. You don't be buying players to sit them on the bench.
Boy.
What sense does that make?
And that's why I'm saying that guy needs to go, because he had bought Shirley to be the guy who's guiding Gittins, right? He was the one that did that, bro. When that Shirley guy needs to be guided himself. How can you do that? You go bring a guy who's guided himself from a big club to another big club, and you're asking him to guide someone who's been here for 2 seconds, bro. A guy that needs to adapt to the country and whatnot. It's a jolting, man. It's honestly a jolting. It's just pathetic. It's just pathetic, man.
What are you saying? What do you think of Marco Silva?
Bro,
because I think he's a proper Chelsea manager, you know them bookie negative managers, bro. I think, bro, that's your heritage,
Negative. He ain't negative.
Yeah, he is, bro. Them man are mid-block fucking assassins, blood. Fulham, bro.
Yeah, they're not. They don't really play a low block, bro. Fulham are an annoying team, bro. They just do the base.
They just play that stinky mid-block, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? That's what they do, bro. That's your heritage, blood. You know what I mean? You look at Conte and Jose and that. Those are your managers, bro. I can't lie.
Fulham do the basics so well. Yeah, one pass to that guy, Sander Berge, it goes through to fucking Harry Wilson, 1-0, bam. It won't be, he does a little sign on the side, crosses it in, 2-0, bam. That's how they play, bro. Like, but when it comes to him, I'm just not sold on him as a manager, bro. Like what he actually is, what this club needs at this period of time, bro. I feel like this you know, these set of players, bro. Yeah, they need a manager that's been there, done it in their career, right? And is obviously good as a manager too. That's why the profiles, the likes of Xavi, they're very good, bro. Because if you don't respect Xavi, then you can't be helped. You know what I'm saying, bro? You can't be helped, right? Fabregas, again, I said to you last time, I like the fact that he's won all his trophies, bro. But he's done nothing in England. I mean, you can say the same with Xavi, but at least Xavi's got a title behind him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he's got more managerial experience than Fabregas too, right? That's what I said to you last time.
Would you even entertain a Fabregas at this stage, though? Surely not.
No, bro. No, man. No.
Yeah.
And if it ends up being a world beater, so be it. But I'm just looking at what this club needs right now. The likes of Fabregas, yeah, I don't know if he's the type of guy to help rebuild a team, because we're rebuilding again, basically, bro. We're rebuilding again. Yeah?
Bro, this is the rebuild of the rebuild. Like, it's crazy.
It's mad. It's mad, bro. And I don't know if he'll be able to deal with that pressure, because in the meantime, man will just be losing games or dropping points. Now he has to come out to the media, has to start talking. Bro, this club does some fuck things to people, you know. Look at Rafinha when he came. Rafinha was loving these players. I've got, how he talks, I've got 30 fantastic players. Yeah, 30 fantastic players on my roster right now. That's what he says.
You got to say that, though.
And then, he's got to say that. But then towards the end, the last interview that he did, he threw everyone under the bus. Yeah, he threw everyone under the bus, talking about, yo, if I'm the Chelsea manager, if you don't like that, you shouldn't be here. Yeah, you shouldn't be here. And that man came on with big scruffy beard like this, bro. That's what we do. That's what we do to the guys. The pressure at this club is different, bro. It's different. Everyone was loving Rafinha at the beginning. Look what happened to him at the end. Look what happened to the guy at the end, bro. That's what the media does. So do I think Fabregas will be able to deal with all that pressure? I don't know. That's my honest answer. I don't know. But it's more of a risk. It's a bigger risk. Yeah. And even on Glasner, bro, I'm not even overly sold on Glasner, really. Yeah. I'm not even overly sold on Glasner, but I'm just looking at the profile, and he seems to tick more boxes than other people that we're linked to at the minute. You know what I'm saying, bro? These guys need a militant guy, bro. They need to be patterned. They need to be patterned.
Yeah, but who is that in the modern game? In the modern game, coaches ain't really built like that no more, bro. Look what happened to Alonso. He went Real Madrid and got bullied out of here.
Yeah, but Real Madrid, bro, you're talking about different levels over there with those players.
Yeah, but you man have probably got players with the same ego, just without the ability, bro. Because that's what it seems like at Chelsea, bro.
What we need, yeah, is a manager who is going to be respected, Rants, as a starting point, right? Rafinha was
players ain't respecting no one.
Bro, they didn't respect Rafinha. They respected Maresca. They didn't respect Rafinha. That was obvious. Yeah. Why are you going to respect Rafinha? You look at his playing career, Fulham, Hull. You look at his managerial career, Hull, Derby, assistant manager, and then obviously went to Strasbourg. And then he's just part of this organization that they don't like anyway. A lot of these guys now. Yeah. So why are you going to respect him? At least with Maresca, looking at his career, man came from Pep. Yeah. Man, you know, was playing for Juve. I'm pretty sure he won the league with Conte and Zidane, right? He's got a little bit more about him. He's been around a winning environment with Man City. Granted, he wasn't the manager, but he was a big part of that, bro. At West Ham, he was assistant manager at West Ham, so he's been in the Premier League already. There was just a little bit more to go with. They've won trophies with the guy, right? Look at the clubs he's linked to, Rants. When he left, what did I tell you? I said I won't be surprised if he starts getting linked to Real Madrid and that. Man was trying to tell me I'm delusional in the chat. Straight after that same week, I saw Real Madrid links.
Yeah. Enzo.
Maresca, yes.
Yeah, but that's because, brother, I'll be real, yeah, the market is dry, cuz. You know them way there? Like, there's a drought in the market, fam. And this is what it is. So, all these managers will get linked with these things, bro. Even when you look at the likes of the Glasners, the Iriolas, and Marco Silvas, yeah? Like, they're decent managers, but, bro, based on what's out there, they're going to garner a lot of attention, all of them. They're going to garner a lot of attention because there's not really many managers that are available. Even when you look at the Julian Nagelsmanns of this world, he ain't going to leave the job that he's in right now. Tuchel's probably not going to leave the job he's in right now. And if Tuchel became available, all of a sudden he's linked with all the big jobs, bro. And I even rate him like that, bro. There's nothing out there.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Like, there is a bit of a drought in the market. I do get that point of view. But my point is that Maresca is still a good coach. Regardless of how he left and, you know, the shit form that he was on, I still believe that he's a good coach. And if he was at a Barcelona of the players they've got, bro, the wingers that they've got especially, he does a lot better over there, right? Man had fucking Shirley and Neto over these sides, yeah? And then obviously, you see he's going to go Man City this season. I think Pep's gone, innit? And he'll go over there. And he'll get the backing that he didn't really get over here. You know what I'm saying? So point being, bro, it's like, we need a manager that's going to get respect from these players, bro. We can't just have Iriola. I don't know if you'll get respect from these players. I don't know. Man, need to remember, bro, that these guys have been playing in the Prem for a second now, and some of these guys have won for their country. They've won for this club already. They've got egos, bro. They've got egos. But
the problem is, these Chelsea players, their ego far surpasses their ability, bro, and that's the problem with the majority of them, bro, because they shouldn't have an ego like that. Because if you have an ego like that, you shouldn't be losing 6 games in a row, brother.
I hear you, bro, but that's the reality, though. The reality is that is how they see themselves, and that's what I said to you earlier. They need someone that's gonna pattern them and bring them back to earth, because a lot of these guys need. You know what? How Ben Mitchell said to that kid, you need slapping down. Yeah, Ben Mitchell said that, bro. A lot of these guys need slapping down. I'm telling you.
I hear it.
Like Ebra said, bro,
I hear it, bro. The best way to deal with players like that is to move them on, because it shows that you didn't recruit the right players with the right attitude. Because the whole point of signing young players is you're meant to sign young, hungry players. But these men are not hungry, bro. These men, their belly's full, blood. You get me? Like, these men are, like, bro, they come true, yeah? They're making good money. They're on long contracts. They've got security. If you're a player and you're on a 3-year deal, you know that you got 2 years to prove that you're good enough or you're getting moved on. If I was on an 8-year deal, brother, I know that I'm good for at least 6.5 years. I ain't really got to worry about performances or nothing like that, because, brother, I'm under contract.
Yeah, man.
No matter what.
Exactly. So you're literally giving me all the points as to why they need someone to come in and pattern them, bro. Yeah, I used to talk about this with Poch, bro. These guys used to misbehave with Poch. I'm seeing Jackson coming off the bench when we had Poch, running off the bench to go and celebrate with people, getting himself booked, right? That even led to like a suspension or whatever it was at the time, bro. Because that guy used to accumulate yellow cards like it was nothing. Yeah. So, bro, with Maresca, I wasn't seeing that. Yes, you were still seeing ill discipline in games. I hear all of that, bro. But I just feel like, you know, away from the pitch, they had respect for that guy. You know what I'm saying? Especially the players at Chelsea that aren't English. You know, the Spanish speakers, the Cucurellas, the Enzos. Right? They didn't really have that rapport with Rafinha, bro. Because Rafinha is an English guy, innit? I feel like he probably had a better relationship with the likes of Colwell, you know, Reece James.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Whereas the Spanish guys, they're just there, bro. When man's there, they're probably cussing man out in Spanish, bro. He's walking past them in the corridor and that. Oh, hi, Liam. You know what I'm saying? Hi.
No, 100% they were cooking him.
They'll start telling home, que loco. That's what they'll start saying, bro. Que loco. Yeah? That's what they'll start saying, my man. And he'll come back, oh, Liam, you okay? Okay? That's what they do, bro.
Yeah, they're not rating him. But again, this is an environment that the current regime at Chelsea, they fostered this. They built this.
They did, bro. And they need to lie in it. They need to lie in it, bro. You know, people, like I said, people want us to literally, they think not getting Europe is flatline, and then they're gonna, you know, do something in the summer to shock the system. That's what I was being told by Patrick. You need something that's gonna shock the system. The system has been shocked this season, bro. The volcano has erupted this season, right? This is why they literally had to come out scrambling before the protest rants. They came out scrambling with all the PR in the world to try and get people to flip. And like I keep saying, if you flip, if you turn and you start to listen to them, that is a you problem. Yeah? Because we're at that point now where no one should be listening to them. There shouldn't be no more Roberts. Yeah? Do you know what Robert? You know what Robert is? Do you know Robert, right? Do you know who Robert is? Robert.
Who's Robert? What? As in the brother?
Not. Bro, Robert is the biggest clear lake cheerleader, bro. Regardless of what they do.
I thought that was the brother. That's the only Robert I know, cuz. You know the way they.
Bro, there shouldn't be any more Robs. There shouldn't be any more Robs, bro. But Robert, I'm telling you, everything that guy does, there's a hidden agenda in there to protect the
Matisse spawned in the chat when he saw Robert hit.
Look at this guy, this shameless guy, bro. This brother here, right here as well, yeah, bro. If I start talking about him, I'll be here for another half an hour. I've got to go to Blue Diary soon, but I'll be here for another half an hour.
Man, like Robert, one of the biggest cheerleaders for your owners, yeah.
Bro, one of the biggest cheerleaders for this ownership, bro. He cooks Lewis Hall because he has to find a way to try to defend his sporting directors for getting rid of him, right? He cooks Olise. He always tries to cook Olise as well because his sporting directors couldn't fucking get the job done. So now he has to cook him, right?
So this this guy is like, yeah, what Nuruddin is, yeah, for Ineos out, blood, but Clear Lake in. He's that version, them radicals.
He's a radical, a serious radical. Yeah? A serious radical. I'm telling you, that guy is a yo. Some of the things he says on that, bro. Yeah, I'm just like, yo, Rob, like, what's going on here? Yeah, I don't bother going back and forth for that guy more time now because it's like it is what it is, isn't it? He's just not gonna listen. Yeah, he's an elite rage baiter. Me, I rage bait myself, but I could be logical too. But Rob, boy, there is no helping Robert, bro.
Bro, this is crazy. Chelsea fan base hate him. But bro, he must have. But if he gets this much traction, there must be people that agree with him. Then,
bro, there's certain things that he says, yeah, like when he actually start rapping ball with the guy, it's like, okay, you understand the game in it with certain parts. But then he thinks that these guys are elite recruiters, bro. He thinks they're elite recruiters. That's what he calls them. Yeah, he's literally.
Yeah, but if he was an elite recruiter, then how come man are not getting elite results, blood? Like you're not.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. Oh, he's honestly something else, bro. I need to introduce you to Robert, bro. If you want,
don't. You know them as that, bro. I'm living in peace, fam. I even listen. I don't need people like that. Even you get me on my radar, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good right now. You know what I'm saying? So man, I don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? And this is it, bro. That Nuruddin's the opposite. He hates man's owners, you know, bro. When we win the league, I swear that he won't give them credit. He won't. Like he won't. He hates these guys. Everything that goes wrong, even if it's not their fault, he blames them, innit? So it's one of them ones, bro. Like, I don't know. Some people, you can't save them, bro. So
nah, man.
I don't know what's going on at Chelsea is that anyone that's telling me about my club, it's like, brother, Chelsea was that was the club you man were looking up to. That's the club you man were telling me was better run than our club, yeah, and that we needed to be more like them. You know, like that. So now you're seeing it, bro. Like I said, the grass ain't always greener, fam. You know what I'm saying? And this is just what it is, bro. So
the thing is, they've got a core foundation to build from, yeah. But
I don't think so.
They do. They do have a core foundation.
Chelsea fans ain't happy with their keeper. They're not happy with their centre backs. They're not happy with their striker. They're happy with their midfield to a certain degree, bro. Your spine is rotten, blood.
Yeah, our spine. Yeah. But if you look at the options that you can go and get in the summer, bro, these are guys that we don't have to spend over 100 million on. The likes of Van Hecke, the likes of Lacroix, right? I mean, if you can give me names of who you think's better than Sanchez,
but that's still not going to build a team that's going to challenge for the title, and you spent £2 billion.
Bro, we need stability at the back as a starting point, Rants. That's what we need. We just need a centre-back partnership, bro.
Yeah, but you can't score goals either, Don.
Bro, that's at the moment. But there's been periods in the season where we've been scoring goals, right? This is bad form. This hasn't been our form all season. Our form has been up and down. That's why we're fucking ninth, right? So there's more things that need to be done. New left winger, a ball carrier, a centre-back, right? Striker for me, we've got João Pedro. Unless you're looking to bring in, I don't know, fucking Alvarez, for example, we've got João Pedro, bro. This guy has literally got 15 goals in the Premier League, no penalties. Yeah, no penalties, bro. If he did that elsewhere, we'll be saying go sign him, right? We don't need. That's not a necessity right now to bring in a striker. What's a necessity is a left winger, a fucking ball carrier, a centre back as well. And then with the goalkeepers, I'm open to goalkeepers, but people can never tell me a clear upgrade on this guy. They can never tell me a clear upgrade on this guy. Forget Maignan, he just signed a new contract. Yeah. I don't want to hear no Diego Costa and these sort of guys. It's always the same names. Man, don't start telling me fucking go sign what's my man's name? The one that was at Barcelona. The guy the guy's finished now. They told me go sign him. Ter Stegen. Yeah.
Oh, Ter Stegen, yeah. Nah.
They told me go sign Ter Stegen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or go get Oblak. That's what they'll say. I'm open to Sanchez moving on, but where is the clear upgrades on this guy?
I hear it. You man are fucked, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? It's sensational viewing, people. You know the ones there, like, oh yeah, I'm back with Flawless at 6:30, people. Red Talk settings. You know what I mean? Talk all things United, bruh. Third in the league. Like I said, nothing in the rear view mirror. Man are just cruising, you get me? Top down, music loud. You know the way there. And Chelsea, yeah, them man are sleeping in tents, blood. You know what I mean? Them man are sleeping outside and that. This is what happens.
Hey, make sure that I don't bounce back though, innit? Because
that's why you don't laugh at the homeless guy, guys, because you never know, blood. You know what I'm saying? You're only a few weeks away, blood. You know what I mean? And now Chelsea, they got holes in their shoes, everything. And they're not us, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You're 15 plus season, right? You're 15 plus season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then look
where you
are now.
15th then to us, I'm sure. Like, we check the table. You know the way you might be closer to 15th.
Things change quickly, don't they?
They do. Yeah, I mean, and they're not changing back. Yeah, they're not changing back, baby.
Hey, you know, let me get out of here, man. Let me get out of here, man.
The game is the game. All right, you lot. Blue Diaries now. Red Talk at 6:30. You already know what time it is, people.